Amanda Serrano.
Hi, I'm Susie from Women's Fight News, and today I'm here with seven-weight division world champion and top pound-for-pound boxer Amanda Serrano, who is also the WBO and WBC world featherweight champion. So thank you very much for joining me today, Amanda.
No, thank you for having me. It's awesome to be here.
And how are you? How's things going?
Things are going well, very, very good. I'm training hard for this fight coming up and just been blessed. Thank God I've been healthy, have my family around, and we're good.
So it's on the 25th of March against Daniela Bermudez.
Yes, super excited for that fight.
And lots of people also say she's top 10 pound for pound as well. So two top pound for pound fighters going at it. So it's going to be a war.
Yes. I've also seen her above me, so I mean it's gonna be a great night. You know, she comes to fight, she comes to war, and so do I. We don't back down, so it's a perfect fight to bring back to Puerto Rico for my fans, and I just can't wait for that fight.
And what's it mean to you to be back in Puerto Rico fighting there?
It means the world to me to be back to fight in general, but to be back and be a unified champion and to fight in front of them and defend those belts. It's I can't explain it, but it's just an amazing feeling, and I just can't wait.
And you said the training's going well?
Oh my God, the training's been the best. We have like the hardest training camp. My sister came into the camp and she's been giving me great sparring. We've been training really hard, and I mean, my hands hurt for hitting the bag so hard. My trainer tells me all the time, go through the bag, go through the bag. So, I mean, it's been a great so far.
And obviously, you're known for your knockouts and for knocking people down. So, is that what you're hoping for on the night?
I mean, we're going for that, but you know, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, if it's an early night, good for me. But if it goes to distance, we're training for a 10-round war every second, every minute of every round. So, and I know Bermudez is doing the same thing. So it's just, you know, if it comes first, if I knock out first, then it's okay.
And you're saying about being unified champion. So I understand that your aim now is to become undisputed at featherweight.
Yes, it definitely is. You know, I mean, I guess it's the undisputed era. Everyone is trying to do the same thing. So I said, let me try. But I'm at my comfortable weight. I feel good at featherweight. This is the weight I started in as an amateur. I was 125. So I'm back where I belong. I feel like I'm strong and I'm the best at 126 at featherweight. So.
Say, would you like to become undisputed in any other weights, or you say you're happy here and then maybe look to somewhere else? Or
well, I mean, right now I'm happy here. That's my goal, to unify in this way. But you know, I'm all over the place. I'm a 7th division world champion. Yeah. So whatever happens, happens. If we get the fight with Katie and she's undisputed champion and I become undisputed champion at 135, then let it be. But you know, right now my goal is to become undisputed champion in featherweight, and then after that we go back to the drawing board, and it's whatever my team wants to do.
And who would be next on your radar within featherweight? Because obviously you tried with Jelena.
Yes, she has a fight coming up. She's defending her WBA, so she's always going to be in the mix because she has the other title to become undisputed champion. There's also Sarah Mafou. She's the IBF champion, and in between those two, and even if the IBO champion, if she wants to jump in the mix, you know, I don't mind fighting her as well. So I mean, we just gotta, after this fight and we get through Bermudez, and then we gotta go back to see who's next. I mean, either one of those champions I want to fight.
And if you could pick a dream fight for you in any, because obviously, like you said, you've been to 7 different weights. So would there be a particular fighter that would be your absolute dream to fight?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would love to fight any of the great champions. I mean, of course, the fight with Katie Taylor, everybody wants to see that fight, and I want to see that fight. If everything goes well and I become undisputed champion, or I'm raising my value to Eddie Hearn. So I'm going out and I want to become undisputed champion, and hopefully, if I do become undisputed champion, then it will be a great storyline between me and Katie Taylor. Even though it's a great storyline now, but I would just be a 7th division and undisputed champion. So I mean, that would be a great fight. But any great champion, I want to get in there with them.
And are you planning on going back to MMA at any point? Do you want to go back and fight there?
Yeah, definitely. I would love to. I only have 2 fights there, and it's just that boxing's been, it's been good to me now. So we have all these great fights. So I just want to, concentrate. I think both sports deserves 100% concentration because it's needed for both sports, 2 different sports. So if I have great fights in boxing, I'm gonna stick around and train my hardest in boxing, and the same thing with MMA. I have to give it 100%.
And obviously your trainer is your brother-in-law Jordan, and obviously you've said already that you've been working with your sister Cindy, who you've been sparring this camp. What's it mean to you to be working with your family, and how it's sort of impacted on you as a fighter and made you the fighter you are today?
Well, it's always been the best, because of them. I'm in the sport of boxing. I started because, of course, watching my sister and Jordan pushing her and pushing me to limits where I never thought I can go. But it means everything, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have someone pushing me, like telling me to get off my butt and let's go run, or get off my butt and let's go to the gym. Because I mean, you definitely need that, and I love to have their support and their encouragement. It really helps me through training camp when I'm not, like when I'm down and out, or when I don't feel well, and my sister's always helping me, massaging me. So it definitely, it's a plus to have family with you in training camp, and I love it.
Yeah, because you couldn't really, like you always say, your sister's sort of a role model for you. You couldn't really have a better role model, having a world champion sister to work towards, and then obviously gone on and done what you've done.
Yes, definitely. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
And talking about your career, you've obviously achieved so much. I mean, you've been pro since 2009, and the amount you've achieved in that time. I mean, you've got a Guinness World Record, haven't you, for
Yes.
the most world titles and the most weights for a female. You've done so much. So is there anything in particular within your career that you could sort of is a big highlight for you?
I don't know. They all mean something different. All my accomplishments and achievements, but it's just I think, becoming 7th division world champion, doing a lot for my island. Like, we never had a 7th division world champion doing that. We've never had an undisputed champion, so that's definitely one of my goals, to bring undisputed champion to my island of Puerto Rico. So I mean, everyone has a different meaning and different feeling.
And if you could pick a fight that's your toughest fight that you've had, what would it be?
Oh, well, definitely, I had to say I fought Ella Nunez. She's another Boricua, Puerto Rican, like me, and we fought 4 times, and each time was like, it was a war. But the last one, we both came out like we got hit by buses. It was an amazing fight, and my hat goes off to Ella. She's always been a tough warrior, and I will have to say I had to dig deep for those fights.
And was she the hardest hitter, or is there another fighter you'd have said hits harder?
No, she hit me pretty hard, but and then you don't feel it. You just feel it afterwards. Then you start feeling it. But when you win there, you really don't feel it.
Adrenaline.
Yes. Afterwards, I mean, if you've seen the picture after, he's like, oh, I need a Tylenol too.
And thinking about boxing just generally at the moment, sort of all the hot topics about what people are talking about, is women's pay. What's your opinion? I've been asking a lot of boxers this, but what's your opinion on women's pay?
I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I mean, we've come a long way from, like, when my sister started. It was really bad. I mean, we've seen improvement, but it's still not the best. And that's what you hear everybody complaining, all the females complaining about, the differences between male and females. I mean, I understand there's not a big draw for us females right now. We're like starting to be on big headlines and on networks and showing us. But I mean, it sucks. We're doing the same thing, and it's just so hard to like try to make them understand that we deserve a decent payday. And we're not asking for millions and millions like other fighters or men fighters are getting. we're asking for a fair amount of money.
That's true. Just to sort of, yeah, be a little bit, because the difference is so vast, isn't it? Even just bringing it slightly closer.
Yeah, like it's sad. Like if I were to tell you how much I was getting even at a 5 division world champion, it's just like people look at me like, what? Why are you still boxing? But it's for the love of the sport.
So you must have seen some changes, because being around since 2009 as a pro, you've seen all these changes in the sport as it's been. It must have been, the pay must have been pretty low to begin with.
Yeah, no, it definitely has. Like I said, you was able to see that the growth and the difference, but it's still nowhere near what we deserve.
And what's your thoughts on the round?
Yeah, as a world champion, I fought for $1,500 for facing another champion. I mean, she wasn't a champion at the time. I fought for Rico, who was a WBC champion, and me and her fought twice back to back for $1,500. Well, I got $1,500, and it was a tough fight. She was a warrior, and after the fight, she became world champion. So, I mean, that tells you.
You can't imagine any of the men, getting that. It's just like, you wouldn't get a minute for that.
Not even. You won't even be able to talk to them for $1,500.
And what about rounds, in terms of, because you hear a lot of people talking about, a lot of female fighters want the 3-minute rounds. Some say, I still want to just stick to 2 because we're not going to get paid more. What's your thoughts?
I do my job in 2 minutes. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, unless we're gonna get paid more and they're gonna decide to pay us more for the extra minute, then why not? But I mean, I've done a hell of a job at 2 minutes. I've gone in there and got my work done. Yeah, and it makes you work faster. You have 2 minutes, so you have to give it your all in those 2 minutes.
True. Yeah. Your whole training around it would be different, wouldn't it, for 2 to 3?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely train 3 minutes. Like I spar and train 3 minutes, but with the extra minute, you're able to like slow down your pace a little bit, because you have to go that extra minute. But with 2 minutes, you have to just give it your all, go crazy in there.
Which you do, because I mean, if you think about against Heather Hardy, for instance, the first round, it was nearly all over.
Yeah, I mean, when I went back after the first round, my trainer screamed at me. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "What? I'm fighting." He said, "No, you need to slow it down. You need to, show that you can fight." So it was actually my corner, because if my corner would have told me the second round to go out how I ended the first round, it would have been an early night. But he told me, calm down, stay relaxed, and enjoy the fans and enjoy the night. And which I'm happy, because that after that fight, then the whole pandemic came in, so I was actually able to soak in all of the fans and cheering, and a nice 10-round fight. So it was nice.
With the pandemic, what a nice memory from such a big night.
Definitely. Sometimes when I watch it back, well, I don't watch it much, but I just hear it, the fans, and I'm like, I can't wait to feel that again.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't wait to be in the crowds again.
Yeah.
Obviously boxing's your life, but have you got any sort of passions outside of boxing, any sort of hobbies outside?
I guess shopping, spending money, spending the money I don't have. But I mean, I guess I'm a typical girl. I mean, I like to shop, but I'm not like a heavy duty shopper. I shop at discount stores still, because I am a female fighter. So.
And I'm liking your t-shirts, by the way.
Thank you. It's the promotion fight. So it's the Serrano Bermudez. You can get it at my site, Serrano's Corner.
Some great merchandising there, because you've been selling your gloves as well, haven't you?
Yes. I actually bought 2 orders, and they're gone already. So it's like over 20 gloves. So I'm super excited and blessed for everybody who's purchased a glove. And I just want to keep on doing the best that I can. If I don't make much money inside the ring, I gotta make it outside, right?
And knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to yourself from years ago, from where you started? What advice would you give yourself?
Pick another sport. No, I mean, I'm happy. You know, boxing is giving me everything that I have now. So I would just have to tell myself, just be patient. I mean, hopefully right now I want to tell myself, be patient, and hopefully there's an end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So, I mean, that's what I would tell the girls now. It's gotten better. So I'm just hoping that when I'm out, that all the young girls come in and have a better experience with boxing. I mean, I've had a good experience. I want them to have a great experience. So that's why we want to try to keep on opening the doors for up and coming fighters.
So that's important to you, to sort of pave the way and inspire the next generation.
Yes. You know, my sister opened the doors for me, and when I walked in, it was a little easier for me. So I would like that for girls coming in after me.
It's so nice now because there's so many young people coming through, so many young girls, that it's exciting for the future. Yes,
I'm really excited for these great amateur girls, especially from my island of Puerto Rico. You know, there wasn't a lot of female boxers back in that small island, but because of me and my sister, it opened up their eyes, and they have motivation, they have inspiration in us. And now there's a lot more girls going into gyms and wanting to be like me and my sister, wanting to be champions. So it's just an amazing, you know, thing to see. And I just can't wait to see more champions coming out of my island.
Thank you very much for giving me the time, giving your time for this interview. It's been great to chat to you. And good luck with your fight. I can't wait to see this fight and this war.
No, thank you so much. And I want to thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. You guys say like the nicest things about me, and I really appreciate it. And I'm just an average girl from Brooklyn, New York, Puerto Rican descent. But I try to work hard as I can and be the best that I can. And thank you so much for all your kind words. I really appreciate it.
I want to say thank you to you as well, because right back when I started Women's Fight News, it was yourself and Clarissa who were so supportive right from the beginning. So yes, it's been really nice.
Yeah, it's the era of women supporting women. That's what we have to do, and it's awesome to see a woman, you know, doing what you do.
Thank you, and it's great. You're inspiring so many people. So
thank you so much. And stay tuned, March 25th, NBC Sports, Ring City, USA. I'm unifying. Well, not unifying. I'm defending my both belts, and it's going to be a great night.
Brilliant. I can't wait. Thank you very much, Amanda.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And why not check out any other videos on the channel? You can follow Women's Fight News on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.